It is my honor to receive the Eastman Medal from the University of Rochester. I appreciate having this chance to speak at the Arts, Science, and Engineering Commencement at the University of Rochester. When I received the call letting me know that I had won the Nobel Prize, I knew that I had to share the moment with the University of Rochester. After all, this is where the magic happened. It is great to be back at the University of Rochester. The first time I came to Rochester, I had one goal: to do one of the best PhDs in the world. I knew that I had achieved my goal when I was sitting at my commencement. Now the whole world has been told that the great things are achieved by students here at the University of Rochester. I hope that you all had a great experience too and are ready to take on the next challenge that you have set for yourself. Right after I graduated from McMaster University with a degree in engineering physics, I traveled around Europe for 2 months with a girlfriend. I knew that after that summer, I would be too busy until retirement to have another 2 months off, and I was right about that. So I am very glad to have taken that time to go explore a little bit of the world. I hope that some of you have had that same thought and are taking some time off to go exploring. At the end of the summer, I was off to Rochester for my PhD. I first heard about someone getting a PhD when I was still in elementary school, and I was told it was the ultimate in education. Right then, I knew I would get a PhD because I knew I belonged in school. I realized that I am one of the very lucky ones who got to do a special PhD. I can't just pass on that luck that I have. I would if I could. But you should also realize that my PhD wasn't a walk in the park. I talk about the fun I had, and I really did enjoy working with Gérard and his group at the Laboratory for Laser Energetics. We had a great time together, helping each other figure out how to make our projects work. But getting a PhD isn't a straightforward thing, and I think you will find that whatever path you choose to follow, it won't be a straight line either. I had been dreaming about getting a PhD since I was a small child, and reality is seldom like the dream. I seriously considered quitting during my time here. I went back to my hometown, Guelph, and pondered what I should do. While at home, I turned on the TV, and it was a program about Canada's National Ballet School. And the head of the school was saying that she tells every incoming class, if you can imagine doing something else, then go do it, because you won't stick with this, it is too hard. I thought that was the perfect thing to say to every incoming PhD student. And so I've repeated it to you because it is probably true for any challenging opportunity that you choose to pursue. So I sat there and thought, can I imagine doing something else? And nothing else came to mind. So back to Rochester I came, and I simply buckled down and completed the now famous PhD. I was lucky with my PhD, but it did take more than luck. It took knowing that I really wanted it. One piece of advice I have for you is to grab every opportunity and make the most of it. After my PhD, I took a 3-year postdoctoral position. At the end of those 3 years, I was marrying the man I had met while here in Rochester. It's back there. I will tell you, finding my wonderful husband was the best thing I got out of coming to school in Rochester. By this time, Doug had a permanent job in New Jersey, so I wanted to find a job in New Jersey and couldn't find one. Next thing you know, it is only 3 months until I will be unemployed, and I knew that I wanted a laser science job. I had the opportunity to give an invited talk at a large laser conference, and I decided that I would have to give the talk of my life to convince somebody in that room to hire me. After my talk, I was followed out of the room by 2 people. The first one handed me his resume, saying he was looking for a job. I said, so am I, stand behind me. I don't know who he thought I was. The second gentleman wanted to know if I would like a job at Lawrence Livermore National Lab, where they were building big CPA lasers. So I had convinced somebody to give me a job. I had made the most of my opportunity. The job sounded good, but it was in California, not exactly next door to New Jersey. I had to decide between living with my new husband and being unemployed, or having an interesting science job and living by myself. I chose the career path. You always have to make choices. My husband and I kept looking for jobs so we could be together, and we were only apart for 1 year after we were married. The final piece of advice I have to offer you is to rely on your friends. A few years ago, one of my professors from here at the University of Rochester, Joe Eberly, and now a friend of mine, called me one day. He said that I would be soon getting a call to ask me to stand for election for president of OSA, the Optical Society. Now, for those of you not in optics here, let me tell you that OSA started right here in Rochester a little over 100 years ago. And all Rochester optics students get involved with OSA. So I've been associated with that now international organization a long time. When Joe told me that OSA would ask me to stand for election, I automatically said, "That is ridiculous." And Joe said, "That is why I called you first. I knew that you would say something stupid like that, and I don't want you to say that when Rod calls you." You always need your friends to set you straight and help you make the right decisions. Joe talked to me quite a while and convinced me that it would be a good thing for me to stand for that election. I won the election and really did have the time of my life traveling the world, talking to many of their student chapters. It had been an opportunity that I might not have taken without being pushed by my friend. The experiences of leading OSA probably helped me deal with the media onslaught that occurred when I won the Nobel Prize. Now, nothing can really get you ready for something like that, but being president of OSA had been a challenge, and each challenge you take on gets you a bit more prepared for the next one. You have already mastered the challenge of a high-pressure undergraduate education. We're all here, your parents, friends, faculty, to congratulate you on that achievement. Now you're ready for the next opportunity. Don't shy away from taking on a challenge. Just make sure it's one you really want to do. If you don't really know, then lean on your friends to help make that decision. There will always be the odd person trying to bring you down or get in your way. The trick is to ignore those few and rely on all the others. Your path in life won't be straight. It's up to you to choose the path and make the most of it. Most importantly, remember that you never know where life is taking you, and so you simply have to try to make the trip as fun as you can. Congratulations, and I wish you all the best of luck.